In 1951, the Conservatives won the general election and Winston Churchill was back in charge. The next year, King George died, leaving his daughter to become Queen Elizabeth II. Just like Elizabeth I, the new queen was 25 years old when she came to the throne. After the hard times of the 1940s, people were hoping for a second Elizabethan golden age. The Queen's splendid coronation certainly seemed like the start of a new era. Joyful parties were held in the streets, while many families watched the ceremony on television sets. Television was still quite a recent invention, and many people bought a set specially for the occasion. That same day, news reached London that members of the British e- expedition had been the first to climb Mount Everest, the world's highest mountain. The future seemed bright with possibility. For many, the 1950s truly was a golden age. Britain was recovered from the war and began to prosper. The population was booming, so the government built smart new homes with the latest mod cons, that's modern conveniences like gas, electricity, and indoor toilets. People could afford to buy new gadgets such as vacuum cleaners, washing machines, and televisions. This created jobs and boosted industries. In 1954, rationing ended for good, and the first supermarkets appeared, selling frozen foods. Exotic ingredients such as olive oil and garlic arrived from the continent, and plates of tough meat, boiled potatoes, cabbage was replaced with exciting foods such as pizza or Italian Welsh rarebit, as it was called at first. At the end of the 50s, Harold Macmillan declared proudly that most of our people have never had it so good. But while life at home was better than ever, Britain was no longer the great world power it had been. In 1956, Egypt took control of the British and French owned Suez Canal. The canal was invulnerable to Britain, as it was the great gateway to the Middle East, the source of the most of the country's oil. The British and French governments decided to invade Egypt and take back the canal, but the UN con- 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 condemned the action and they had to withdraw. The days of the British Empire was truly over, and politicians realised that they could no longer go to war if the rest of the world disapproved. Britain had lost its place alongside the USA and the USSR as one of the big three world powers. Elizabeth II was on the balcony of Buckingham Palace on the day of her coronation. In 1951, the Festival of Britain was held throughout the country. It was a celebration of British achievements in industry and design. In the 50s, young people had more money and free time than ever before. Many began listening and dancing to a new kind of music from America, rock and roll. The music was fast and loud. Most adults hated it. The Campaign for Nuclear Disarmament was founded in 1958. It held protests against the government developing nuclear weapons. It held marches in the Berkshire where the weapons were built.